GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
GUVI, a vernacular edutech brand, skilling everyone everywhere.
Hello, the Vijay Deverakonda.
Hi, Baddy sir. So good to see you. as
Very good to
always.
see you and welcome to Galata Plus. Explain the. I've heard several versions of the,
Yeah.
but tell me why are you no longer Vijay Deverakonda but the Vijay Deverakonda?
All the titles I like are taken. All Tala, Talapati, Talaivar, Superstar, everything is taken.
And all you
Even
could get was the.
nothing. Okay, I'll tell you on seriously what is. I was being. I don't know from where the system came. There is a system of having a title for an actor. When there is none, people come up with their own stuff. And so my producers, since like 3-4 films, were wanting to put something, and I've been pushing them away. And then finally, I was like, my name's enough. I'm very happy with my name that my mom and dad gave me, and it is enough. And there is only one Vijay Deverakonda, and he's the Vijay Deverakonda. So if you do have to put a title, just put the, because I don't like anything else. So hence we've managed to restrict it in a way to the Vijay Deverakonda.
That's all.
Yeah, that's all the story is.
But why don't you want, I don't know, charismatic star or something like that? You know, like what's wrong with that?
I love the sound of Vijay Deverakonda.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you'll still be like, for example,
Will be charismatic star Vijay Deverakonda. No, I think Vijay Deverakonda full stop. I think that's enough.
okay,
It's enough.
the Vijay Deverakonda.
Yes.
Like it's also like in case in the future,
Yeah.
if another person called Vijay Deverakonda
Comes, I'm
you're-
safe.
You're safe because
I'm
you're
safe.
the Vijay
Yeah, because I'm
Deverakonda.
the.
Before we get to the serious stuff,
Yeah.
I was just googling up stuff.
Okay.
These are the questions that came up
About me?
you the most.
Okay.
So I'm just going to ask you.
Okay.
You please feel free not to answer or to
Sure.
say.
I'm curious
pass.
what-
Okay. So is Vijay Deverakonda South Indian?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Born in Hyderabad to a Telugu mother and father, completely South Indian.
Is Vijay Deverakonda in a relationship?
Yes, with my parents, with my brother, with you. We are all in a relationship. We
Good
live in a-
answer.
yeah.
Very good answer. See, you become a good speaker, man.
I've become now. So far, I wasn't.
No, I mean like
I was always getting into trouble.
trouble, right? So that's very good.
I won't be surprised if today's interview gets us into more trouble.
Is who is wife of Vijay Deverakonda? And I found this very interesting because they
Who's
didn't ask who is the wife. They left out the
Ah.
They just said who is wife, of
Vijay Deverakonda. No, she isn't there yet.
Okay.
When she comes, I think Google will fill. What is the answer it's giving though?
The answer is I don't
There
want
is
to
an
say it on.
answer?
I don't want.
Oh,
I don't
okay,
want to
okay.
say it on.
Yeah.
on
I'm not married yet.
I don't.
I'm not married.
So, what is the qualification of Vijay Deverakonda?
The last educational qualification of me, I assume that it's an educational qualification that
Yeah.
they want, but was BCom honors from Badruga College in Hyderabad, and I still didn't collect my certificate. When I was in the initial stages of me being an actor, I would occasionally have nightmares that I didn't make it, and I had to go back for the certificate because if you want to do anything else, if you want to do an MBA, if you want a job, you need that final mark sheet, transfer certificate, whatever other certificates. I didn't take them so far. So sometimes when I speak to my friends from college, I'm like, when you go that side, could you just pick it up? And they laugh and they say you don't no longer need it. But yeah, so I would have nightmares that I have to go back to that office and that sir there, I think his name was Prasad or something, he really didn't like me. I would constantly have to pay
Believe
fines.
me, now he'll like you.
Now he'll love me, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Now, yeah.
But what's it stopping you from getting your certificate? It's like a nice thing you can hang on a wall, right?
Maybe I just knew that I won't need it. Oh, to hang on a wall.
You know, people hang certificates on walls.
True,
You
you
keep all
know-
your trophies and all in one place, right? It's like that.
I don't know why, but I've never collected anything. I've never collected photographs, certificates, awards. Till this year, my phone's always, like every other year, I just wipe it clean. I don't know why.
You don't want memories.
Recently, I've been feeling like I would like to have memories. I would like to go back to look at them. But I know I'm incapable of it because over 30 years, when you develop a habit, it's hard to change that into collecting memories. I've always been a guy who just move I was just about living. I was like, what's done is done kind of thing. But recently I've been feeling like I want to capture everything that I'm doing with my parents right now. I want to look back when I have kids someday, or someday I want to show them everything. I want to document everything. So I've asked people around me to do it for me, because I guess I'm like, maybe one day I will want to sit and just watch all of this back. It's nice because suddenly I realized recently when I'm looking at pictures of my dad from when he was young for the film for a reason, and when my mom sits and we go through pictures of our childhood, I quite enjoy it. So recently, it's been like a 6 months thing. It has been a very recent change. So life, I want to document, but I'm not so much into certificates and awards,
What do you do with them?
trophies.
You get the award, what do you do with it?
Some might be at office, some my mom keeps somewhere. I don't know if any, I don't know, I don't look
Like
at
if I
them.
visited your home office, I won't find all the awards in a shelf or something like that.
Maybe you'll see a couple, two, three. I don't know which are mine, which are Anand's. They're all just, some will be put there, some I give away. Like one award, I think I gave it away to Sandeep. One award, I gave it away. We auctioned my first Best Actor award that I got for Filmfare. We auctioned it, got a good chunk of money that we gave away. I think that's a nicer memory for me than a piece of stone in my house.
But tell me, for somebody who does not really care about memories,
Yeah.
you've been on Instagram for quite a while. That's
Yeah.
basically putting up, and you recorded very, like when you moved into your house.
Yeah.
I remember something like this maybe a couple of years back,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
earlier than that. There were all these pictures, right?
True, there are.
So that's like an album.
That is like an album, but the intention behind it is two things. One thing is to engage with the audience who loves you, to give them a piece of you and stay connected. And the second strategic or practical reason is that these are my audience, and I don't have any other way. They are my power in some sort of way. They are my strength in some sort of way. And even if every other avenue is cut off from me, uh, I still know that I can take work that I do directly to them, because I knew I had no other source of support or no other backing. I knew that this is a strength that I need to build on my own. This is a connection that I build directly. So hence, I was actually very averse to social media. I was not on it for, I think only post Arjun Reddy is around the time where we started off having a social media presence. And that's the reason. One thing is to engage with them because they give you so much love and want to see bits of you. I keep it very minimal. Uh, it's also to keep, it's empowering yourself in some sort of way.
Right. No, speaking of audiences love, when you were doing the Liger promotions,
Yeah.
and you went, I think pretty
True.
much all over, right?
Yeah.
You didn't know that you had such a fan base outside of native language speaking states. So now, when you pick a project, do you say, okay, my audience is no longer Telangana and AP, it's also like maybe the north and stuff
Yeah.
like that? Has that factored into your picking a project?
As in, if three scripts come to me, and if there's one script that I know the entire country will enjoy, I would love to do that.
Okay.
That would be my preference, because I would like to reach out to the maximum, the widest audience possible. As an artist of any kind,
Right.
music, painter, you want to reach to the widest audience. So I would love to do that. But now you're restrict, a certain number of scripts come to you and you have to pick from that. I pick what is best at that moment, what I'm most excited by then. A bunch of factors will affect your decision, and then you choose on that. But I would love to cater to the widest audience possible.
Of all the scripts that you got, what made you say Family Star is okay? I'm going to do this.
I've been blessed with characters quite early in my career that are remembered far beyond their time. Arjun Reddy with Sandeep being one. I believe that the character that I play in Family Star is another blessing. It's nothing like Arjun Reddy. It's very different. It's its own unique.
And Parshuram and you worked in Gita Govindam.
Parshuram and me worked in Geeta Govinda, but this fellow, when I heard him, I was like, it's a blessing for an actor to get a character that's written all around from minute 1 to minute 200 or whatever. so many layers, so much to do. And also, when he was telling me the story, he wrote it from his own personal life and experiences. He built the character and story around certain habits and characterization that he has. When he narrated it to me, I clearly saw so much bits of me growing up when I was a teenager, young adult, uh, bits of my life I saw, and I found it nostalgic and hilarious in a lot of ways that we all do this. And I saw bits of the responsibility I saw in my father, like the serious bits I saw of my dad. And I was like, this is a great story, great character, and I want to be able to tell it. And I was also excited by, again, working with Parshuram. I really enjoyed the narration. And I know that when my producer Dil Raju heard it, he saw his bits of his own life in it. And I know that tomorrow when you see it, you will reminisce
Something.
certain bits. He's an extreme version of all of us. Everybody will see like
You mean
somebody
the
in
character you play?
the character
Okay.
I play. He's like an extreme version of all of us. He's an extreme. I'm not like anything like him. He's really extreme in his love. He's really extreme when he sulks. He sulks in a very extreme way. When he's irritated, when he annoys you, he'll annoy you till you can't stand him. When he's angry, his anger is extreme. So he's like an extreme cinematic version of things that we've all seen and experienced in life.
Every actor, every star goes through phases of ups and downs in their career, right? When the downs are there, when do you start doubting your judgment of scripts?
Never.
Never. You're very sure when, at the point you commit, you're very sure.
Yeah, I know the journey. Like, I know where I started, I know where I'm headed. Every time we do an interview is at some stop. So every question I asked, every judgment that the society is making and asking me is at this stop. But I know where I'm headed, and I know that this is a stop. This is a journey, and I have to do this very specific step at this point of time to head to where I'm headed. And this has been my journey, and I would have it no other way. And I know that I've made the best decisions. And the films that didn't work are also like, if they worked, they would have taken me in a different route, like a much shorter route. That they didn't work takes me in a little longer route. Everybody should know uh, that I'm making choices with the best available information, the best available resources I have at that point of time. Like if Lokesh Kangaraj or Rajamouli Garu came to me 2 years ago, I would have done it. But the business, the world works in a particular way. There are actors that have come far before me that are bigger superstars, and they take the best of the lot. It's up to me to build the next talent pool that can grow with me and deliver those hits to head to that journey. I never doubt my judgment. I know that every film that I've picked on a script level, on a narration level, on a talent level was supposed to work.
Yeah.
But things change sometimes for the better. Like Family Star, from the narration, which I very enjoyed, to the final film it has become, it's a very different film, because everybody that comes in changes it in a particular way. While you're shooting, the film is changing. While you're editing, the film is changing. Tomorrow, I haven't watched the film with the music. When the music comes in, it's going to feel like a different film. I know that so far it's gone towards being a better version at every step. Some films don't do that. Some films start becoming poorer versions because of choices made. But I know everything has contributed in a huge way uh, to who I am as I sit right now in front of you.
But Vijay, you are a big star.
Yeah,
Like, what do you mean? Like,
where I'm headed.
yeah, I'm like, I
You
mean, you've
think I'm
arrived.
there?
You're there. You've arrived. I mean,
Oh, there's
what?
a lot to see. Like I'm just, if
See,
yeah,
forgive me for interrupting, but
yeah,
what I'm trying to say is, uh, at least in the southern industries,
yeah,
for a male star,
yeah,
once they've given maybe two, three substantial hits,
yeah,
right, their success is pretty much because
yeah. It's like,
big directors will keep coming to them
yeah,
and keep pitching big projects.
yeah,
You get a lot of chances, like
yeah,
a kind of, because the few films that don't work are not going to affect your
yeah,
stardom at all. I mean,
yeah,
like, yeah, they might say that particular film did not work,
yeah,
but you are a star. You've
yeah,
arrived.
yeah.
So
I
where are
don't.
you headed now?
If we are speaking with me, this is my 12th film. Uh, I think I'm the youngest of the lot probably that you speak to with such a short, my catalog is so small right now of films. I think when we speak when I'm 25 films old, I think I'm too young in my career to comment anything on the journey. I think I have a vision for where I want to be. I see where he's headed, this man. It's my duty to take him there, and he will get there. He will do it.
That's journey so far is like secret, is it? You can't tell where that journey ends.
I have to do it. You will witness it as we every
You
year
want
we do.
actions speak louder than words.
No, you also find lots of things while
Yeah.
as you keep doing things, your ambition increases, the things you want to do increase. But yeah, I feel like I'm still very young in my career. It's like 10 films is nothing.
Fair enough. But do you also feel that when you started your career,
Yeah.
it was that Span India film was not this kind of a phenomenon that it is today.
Correct.
So you must have planned it in a slightly different way, or rather thought about your career in a slightly different way.
Correct.
Now, every big star is thinking of like dubbing their films in various languages, going all India, which the fact that you're promoting this in Chennai and there's a
Yeah.
Tamil version, so has that changed any of the calculations? Because there is one school of thought that says that if you stay rooted to the milieu that you're making the movie in, no matter where where the audience will enjoy it, simply because it is rooted in that milieu. But then there are others who feel that you need to bring in one star from here, one star from there, so that the audience will identify with different parts of it. Which both, I mean, I'm not saying which is better, worse, or whatever
Yeah.
it is, but different schools of thoughts,
Yeah.
right? So what has changed in this pan India thing factoring in?
I think everything can work and everything cannot. I don't think there's any formula to this. Some choices will work for some films, some choices will not work for some films. And I don't think there ever will be a formula. I don't know if I make much of a calculation. I know when there's an opportunity, I like to take it. I like to create these opportunities. The priority is that when I listen to a film, that I need to enjoy it, and when I'm done with a film, I need to be really happy with it first. So I think that's the basic priority. Basically in life, I think growing older, living more experiences, you shorten. First time you're running haywire everywhere, you want everything and stuff. Now you like kind of focused, narrowed down the vision to maybe it comes down to three things. Health, number one. The fitter you are, the greater performances you can do. If your body supports you, that's your machine. So you need to take care of your health, and then I need to be really happy with every choice that I'm making, be it scripts, personal life, friends. I want to be happy with the films while shooting it, while promoting it, and money. So I think it comes down to these three. So if a film I feel I will enjoy doing and it will make money for all parties involved, from the producer till the last buyer, the idea is to do that. Reaching out to greater audiences is a blessing, and we should try and push that barrier with every film.
Now, what is your process of working in this particular script? Because I remember long ago when I think just after Pelli Chupulu, you said that you improvised a lot of
Correct.
what happened on the set.
Yeah.
And there was one, I think maybe Tarun wanted like a single take shot or something like that.
Yeah.
And you were
Yeah.
he said you say whatever you want, but I just want it in a single take, if I'm
Yeah.
remembering this.
Yeah.
So do you improvise, like for this film, for instance?
Yeah, correct. There's one conversation where it's just in the climax, it's just one long single
Right,
take.
right.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was just like emote because we shot it in the end also, so I knew the journey of the character. True.
Yeah.
So for this film, your
Yeah. So
question
what is your thing? Because I also remember another thing where you said that whenever you're in doubt, you go and read this book by this method acting guru Stanislavski,
Yeah.
like who kind of you kind of find certain things that you can
Yeah.
always pick from there. And so like when you approach this character, this extreme character
Yeah.
in Family Star, what like how did you find this person?
So what I do with Parshuram, the director of this film, is he has a very unique taste. When he narrates the film, he has a very unique way of saying dialogue. He has a very unique way of expressing himself, which is what makes it really funny. So when he's narrating it, the way he's narrating it makes it really funny. And I know that this is the exact beat I need to catch. So on set for both Geeta Govindam and this film, as soon as I go, I make him read the scene and I make him do it, and I'm just observing him. And then I'm trying to grasp that and convey the same thing through me, through my face, my body, adjust it a little bit. So the entire credit to the timing of Family Star is completely Parshuram, is completely Buji's. That's all. I know that this is all I need. I don't need Stanislavski. I don't need to do any other thing. I need to go on set. The more I can bring out of him, the better the scene will be.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just jam with him. I'm just jamming with him and try and pick all the bits that I like and use them.
Right. When it comes to a co-star that you haven't worked with before, like
Yeah.
from Ronald, for instance, how does that work? For instance, you're developing your character with interactions through
With
Parshuram.
correct.
But there's also needs to be a like a you
Yeah.
develop a working relationship, a rapport with this person, right? Because you're going to be with her from start to finish of the
For
movie.
sure.
How does that happen?
When you have an intelligent actress with you, it's very easy. And Mrinal is very experienced in her craft. I think she was acting from before I started dreaming. She's acting from a very young age, so she picks up things really easily, and she's blessed. I keep telling her that she's really blessed. She has a face where even if she doesn't do much, you feel the emotion through. I think the geometry of her nose and her lips and her jaw and eyes, there is something about it where emotion really comes through when she's trying to communicate it, even if she doesn't know the language as much. And she's a very intelligent girl, so it helps. So it was very easy to work with her. We just had to help her. I know that in a Parshuram film, the dialogue timing is everything. For him, there's a rhythm to the dialogue. Every high pitch and low pitch in the dialogue, if you change that, the humor can go away.
Right.
So you need to get that right, which she struggled with initially. But then she got comfortable after working for a little while, and it was easy. It was smooth sailing from then on.
Right. No, you repeatedly keep talking about funny humor.
Oh, it's hilarious, the film.
So, but the point is, you also said sulk, anger,
Yeah.
this, that. So, what this movie? What is it? It's
The
a
thing
drama.
is,
It's a drama, right?
It's a drama.
Yeah.
If he sulks, you laugh. If
Okay.
he's pissed, you laugh. Whatever he does, just is amusing to watch. He's a really amusing, one of a kind. He's like whenever Buji tells me scenes, I'm like, how do you even
With-
come up with these things? How do you even think of these things? But he's also that kind. His humor, his interaction with his kids, his interaction with his wife, his friends are also like a very strange kind of. It's very funny, entertaining to watch.
You said Dulquer Salman introduced you to the wonderful world of Malayalam cinema, and you said since then you've been catching up on the films of Sabrin Shahir, Shane Nigam, Dulquer,
Yeah.
Fahad Fasil, all those kinds of
Yeah.
things. Do you see yourself fitting into? Because one of the things about Malayalam film stars
Yeah.
is that that's probably the only industry where a star can do any kind of role, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas in Tamil or Telugu, these industries are a little more commercial and mainstream,
Yeah.
so a star can only,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you see yourself like doing something in that zone of the films that you like so much in Malayalam?
I'm really looking forward to watching like Manjumel Boys and Premalu. I recently saw one of Fahad's trailer, which I loved. It was so well done. Their technical quality is also really good. Their music,
Yeah.
posters, everything from start to finish, the quality is really good. Do I see myself doing those films? Like for example, a Premam I would have easily done. I would easily do even today. See, I know that definitely when I select a script, it can't be niche because there are so many people. First of all, I take forever. This is my fastest film, and this is like nine months. Usually, every film takes me one and a half year between releases. I'm always having 1.5 year in between them. Then if I come with a niche film, the audience that's waiting to watch you is all disappointed. And I'm in that age group where the really young people connect with you, and the parties and uncles and aunties also love you. They see their little kid. Uh, and you need to entertain all of them. So I know that I'm a little restrict. I won't make choices that are too niche, like too dark or too niche.
For example?
For example, I've heard a bunch of scripts which are too dark. For example, I don't want to take their names. They're all working with different actors now, so
Yeah.
it's tricky.
Okay, forget
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know if I can do all of them.
Right.
Right.
But let's say like a cop who's investigating a series of murders or something.
Also, I think I enjoy watching a varied kind of genres in cinema, but I love I know that I gravitate towards character-driven films. I don't like these investigative thrillers where it's about the investigation. I'm little narcissistic about the character. Like, it needs to be more about his drama, his journey.
His journey, okay.
I'm more into those kind of. Even the books I read, I enjoy reading autobiographies. I enjoy reading journeys about people more than incidents and events.
Right.
So I think I'm just naturally gravitated towards very strong characters uh, more than these investigative or events kind of films.
So what's the book you're reading now?
I just finished Shantaram. Right now I'm reading Sapiens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not a this is completely about events, but right now I'm reading Sapiens.
Okay. And when you read a book, right?
Yeah.
It's like, are you a person who reads in between, like in the sets and between shoots and takes and things like that, or do you read it between book? Because why I'm asking is because this is a heavy book.
Yeah.
So like,
Sapiens.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I have to keep going back. Then now I bought there's a animated version of it, graphic version, graphic novel version. Because I was like, I'm constantly missing. I have to keep going back to check the details, the timelines, because it's so interesting. It's like the most interesting book I've read. So I bought the graphic version hoping that the images stick, but again you have to keep going. But yeah, Sapiens I don't read it between shoots and stuff. I need those 2-3 hour flights, or I need a few days off. Sometimes I read it before bed. But then I realize that it's stimulating me too much before bed. It's like stimulate. So now I have to slow that down. Yeah.
When you were in college,
Yeah.
you joined, once you discovered that you were doing this acting and all
Correct.
that, you joined this institute called Sutradhar.
Correct.
And you did a play called Sherlock Holmes.
Correct.
Just tell me a little about that, because you just said you don't like investigative thrillers and all that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what were you like then when you did that Sherlock Holmes, and what is that? How did that contribute to the acting person that you are?
Two things. One thing is in the early stage of your career, I don't think it's as much about what you
You
like
want,
or
right?
what you want. It's more about give me any opportunity to do anything.
By the way, is this the Sherlock Holmes? Like,
No, it was actually an adaptation of a Telugu play. I think it was a Telugu play that we adapted into Hindi and English
okay.
for the audience there, and we called it Sherlock Home.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's what we called it. So yeah, so it was not a choice of mine. It was just like I needed any platform, any work to be able to better my craft and also to let people see you and your talent. I think theater is great. Like doing theater at that age, first thing is it centered my energy onto one thing. And because you have so much energy at that age that you can go all over the place. Centering it then really gave me, like today I'm probably here because at that age I started doing that.
right.
I found my interest. I quickly made all the mistakes I can. I was a terrible actor to begin with, so I quickly learned. You open up. Theater is a very different type of performance compared to cinema. It's a transition you have to make, but it definitely unshackles you in a way.
Frees you up. And
Yeah, it frees you up because you're projecting and it's open, it's a live audience, you're getting immediate feedback to your performance. You can't screw up a line, so there is lots of pressure. Uh, I believe anybody who comes from theater are well equipped to deal with cinema. Cinema is a much more comfortable format uh, to shoot in.
Right. So we began with a question about the
Yeah.
and how you're kind of you like the name that your parents gave you.
Yeah.
I'm going to end with a question about your upbringing.
Yeah.
And I found this quote. I didn't like the mentality of the middle class that I came from,
Yeah.
and I wanted to fight it, rise above it, and follow my own path of life.
Yeah.
I'm very intrigued by this. It's what didn't you like about that?
There is a fear there's a constant fear of failure because the middle class is you're struggling to step up. And when I'm talking about the middle class, I'm talking about my grandmother, my aunts, my cousins. Like, middle class is very closely interlinked. Like, everybody knows what's happening in each other's house. They're all tight knit. They're
Right.
all there to help each other. We are all looking to each other for guidance. When my younger brother wanted to go to the US, my uncle from the UK chipped in, my aunts from Hyderabad chipped in. Everyone chips in so that one boy can go get his education. So that's how tight knit the middle class is. But also, they're all extremely scared of failure. So they want you to take the safest option. Like, even if I went on, if till today, if I go on a holiday, my mom is like, don't do this, you do this. They're all very scared about lots of things. So when I wanted to take my career, a lot of dreams in the middle class are clipped because you know that you cannot afford to have big dreams and you can't afford the kid failing at his dream. You really want them safe and secure. So you just want to push them towards do a degree, get a job. That was a mentality, at least while I was growing up. I don't know how things are changing right
Right.
now. I wanted to drastically change things. I was like, I didn't like, there was a particular day I was in my undergrad. I was staying in my aunt's house because my college was closer from there. And my dad had come on the Sunday to see me and he had to leave. So I took him, it's an area called Dilshuk Nagar. It's like a very busy middle class community. And I went to the bus stop, the Dilshuk Nagar bus stop, which is a very big terminal, to send him back. Uh, and I really it was the time where AC buses had just come in. I really wanted to send him in an AC bus because it was summer, super hot. So we waited. I was like, let's wait, let's wait. AC bus will come, you go. Then we waited like half an hour. It was also, I just remember a feeling of wait. When I go back to that memory, I just know all of us were heavy. There were lots of things we were all dealing with in life. I know it was not a happy time. And then we waited, and then an AC bus came, but it was jam packed. And I know that my dad had to just stand at the edge if needed. So then I was like, let this bus go. Then we waited a little more. Then we were like, screw it. And I got him onto a normal bus to go. But I remember the feeling till today. I can see that bus leave the depot, and I can see myself feeling like I never want my dad to go in a bus in this heat ever again. I want to buy him a car. I didn't know how you can get this car. I didn't know what you had to do to make that kind of money, but I was like, that's what I need to do. So I remember wanting to change my family's lifestyle. I was like, I just need to change my family's standards, lifestyle. I want my parents to be comfortable. I want to be comfortable. So I was like, I'm going all out. I'm going to chase something aggressively. I'm going to go all out. If I cannot, I will not be a burden on my family. I just thought I'll pack my bags and get out somewhere, survive, fend for myself. Because everyone, like, even while I wanted to be an actor, my grandmom, I'm so sad. I was super close to her, like my party, my mama. She knew by then I was doing theater, and she was always worried that why my dad wanted to be in the film industry, and it didn't work out
Right.
for him. So they would always use him as an example, like, see how you guys are struggling. Why do you also want to go there? You've seen it. So none of them, they were all scared for me out of love.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sad that my grandmom, she passed away before I became a star. Like, now I would love to give her a good, like, so I talked to my mom and I'm like, I wish our mama was here. I would have given her a great fucking life, like, taken her everywhere, make her see luxury and comfort. Uh, I've drifted massively from where we started, but
No, it kind of it fits. Yeah.
yeah, so I wanted, that was what I wanted to break free from. And
Yeah.
once you break free, you can empower a lot of people to dream big. Uh, my friends have set up restaurants. They were all doing jobs. They've stopped their jobs and they're opening cafes because they know that I can help them. And I keep pushing them, saying, if you have ideas, let's do it. Don't wait. Let's do it. And I feel like this is a stage to everyone watching, who are my age, who are young, who are in their 20s. Whenever I meet them, I like to tell them that spend the early 20s doing things, like just explore, try different things. You'll figure out what you like, what you don't like. It's good to fail at that age, because then you're not failing when you're 30. By 30, you figure out, this is it. I'm good at this. Almost every entrepreneur's journey, be it people who are into startups, you see they've failed 4 or 5 startups and then they've hit their success. So the sooner we do that, the easier it is for you later in life. So make mistakes. Making mistakes it's not a bad thing. It's like I think it's an amazing thing to make mistakes. The thing is to go big, make those mistakes, and then and then you know that, okay, this is not what I should do. This is what I should do. You learn a lot from it. So start making those mistakes.
No, but maybe that's why almost all your movies, including Family Star,
Yeah.
maybe that's why you're playing some kind of a middle class character. Maybe low middle class, middle
Yeah.
class, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But you know, offhand I can't recall you playing a very rich character.
Yeah.
Have you? I mean, like,
In my head, I think I'm still that boy. Lots of things, life has changed massively.
yeah, obviously, yeah.
Life has changed massively, but I think emotionally in my head, I'm still that boy, and I connect more to, like, recently I was talking in an interview. Every time I was in a bus, and I would look out of the bus, and these cars would stop at the traffic signal. I would always wonder who is in it, what do they do? I wonder, is it their dad's money, or did he do something to make it? They must be so comfortable. Every time I was in a bus, I would always look outside at these different houses. I'm like, oh, if they live, how did they build this house, man? And now I know I'm in this car, but I'm still looking at the bus. I'm still looking at the bus and looking back at me. And I'm like, I wonder what he's doing, and I wonder what he thinks of this car next to him. So I just keep remembering. I'm still there.
Nice.
So yeah. So I connect to those stories.
Right. So thank you, the Vijay Deverakonda.
Thank you, Barry sir.
I hope it's Family Star, right?
Yeah.
Because the thing says the Family Star. That's what it seems to me, but it's actually the Vijay Deverakonda,
Yeah.
right? So all the best for Family Star.
Yeah, I remember you sent Anand like a very concerned, loving message out of love, like my party and like my
Thank you.
brothers and family. When Liger didn't work, I remember I know so many people who reached out with love, saying, we are all here, and if anything we can do, if there's any.
I didn't want to send you that message because I didn't know how you'd.
I really don't like sympathy for sure.
Yeah, but I just wanted. I just wanted Anand to know that like, okay, this is kind of I know that was a bad phase for you. So
Yeah.
it's kind of,
Yeah, it was a rough phase, but it's good. It's good. I hope that post April 5th, I hope there's a message of a different kind. Let's see. I'll be watching out for your review anyways.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
All the best.
Thank you, Buddy
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
GUVI, a vernacular edutech brand, skilling everyone everywhere.